Hi YouTube, Christine here, Skinny Brit to Be, coming to you with my update. What is my update? My update, I had gastric bypass, RNY, on the 18th of January 2011. For those of you who don't know, that's 185 weeks ago. And I reached maintenance, and I've been on maintenance now for 96 weeks. So in fact I've just passed my 3.5 year surgiversary. So what have I been doing? It's been an awful long time since I made a video. Life, I suppose. I still have my tummy problems, which I maybe actually, I've got this acid reflux, which is, you know, literally from the moment I get up in the morning to the moment I go to bed at night, and surgery didn't actually help. In many instances it is supposed to help. Gastric bypass is supposed to help with acid reflux, but it doesn't seem to have happened with me. I've now had 2 endoscopes. I've had a barium swallow, I've had x-rays and God knows what else, etc. And they say I now have grade 3 esophagitis. So it's not getting any better, because it was grade 2 about 9 months ago. So it's just getting worse and worse and worse. Anyway, so I saw the consultant about it last week, and he was suggesting that not suggesting, but offering me the chance to actually go and see a surgeon down at Exeter, who is doing something called the LINX reflux system, which is a method of actually strengthening the sphincter muscle at the top of your stomach, which stops the acid from coming up into your mouth and throat and esophagus, etc. And so he asked me if I would like to be referred to him, and I thought, well, nothing else is working, none of the medicines work. I've been on meds up to sort of here, you know, I'm sort of sinking under the weight of pills and potions, etc. That in the end, I've just stopped them, because they just don't touch it, etc. They just make my life miserable and give me side effects and God knows what else. So I'm now waiting for an appointment to see him. Whether or not that's going to be of any use to me, I really don't know. And whether or not, because I've had bypass, whether or not I'm actually suitable for it, again, remains a question. It's a fairly new surgery. I've done some investigation into it. I've joined a Facebook group, which, you know, I'm slowly learning the pros and cons of it, etc. But in fact, strangely enough, it actually seems to have after effects very, very similar to weight loss surgery. So there's not an awful lot of new stuff there. It's a case of chew, 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 swallow carefully, etc. Evidently what they do, they insert a ring of titanium magnets around the top of your stomach, and as you swallow, the magnets release and let the food go down, and then when you've finished swallowing, they clamp back together again to support the sphincter muscle. So we shall see. What else have I been doing? Well, there's been an awful lot of stuff floating around for the past couple of months, etc., about the pound of cure diet. So, as my diet is very much vegetable based, vegetables I like very much. I love fruit, but I had until recently fairly limited myself because of the sugar content of fruit, etc. And then I saw this diet. No, it's not a diet. It's a way of living. And so I sent off for the book. I'm sure that several of you will have seen it, know all about it, read about it, etc. but it's a case of increasing the amount of vegetables you eat per day, raw and cooked, and also allowing you free rein with fruit. Cutting down slightly on the the animal protein, and trying to pick up the remaining amount of protein that you need from fruit and vegetables. Well, I read through it, etc., and I thought this seems so close to how I live anyway that I would give it a go. So I've actually been doing it now for about 5 weeks, I think. I didn't actually write the date down when I started, etc. But it's supposed to reset your set point. I couldn't think of the word for a minute. I don't know whether or not any of you have ever had weight where you've actually gone through a really stable phase where it didn't seem to matter what you ate or didn't eat, etc. Your weight stayed the same. Pretty much sort of the sensation of plateauing, but in real life, situation where you're not actually trying to stay at the same weight, etc. Well, that is your body has decided that is your set point. And when I was in my teens and early 20s, my set point was about 145 to 150 pounds. And in fact, that is where my weight loss surgery has actually taken me, to that range. But I had noticed that in recent months my weight had been creeping up slightly, and I was getting a bit concerned about it. So I thought, right, okay, if this is my body trying to reset mine to a higher level, I don't like it very much. So I decided to give it a go. And I was given a great start because I had a really nasty dose of flu. I was virtually zonked out for a whole week, and completely drained me of energy for weeks, and then I got a chest infection as well on top of it. So I lost 8 pounds just because I didn't eat and I didn't want to eat. But that went straight back on the moment I started eating as I had been eating. So I thought, right, I don't like that either. So anyway, I thought, right, I will give it a go. It's got almost like they call it a metabolic reset program. You're supposed to only follow it for a fortnight, and it really is trying to eat a minimum of 1 pound of vegetables a day, and hopefully working up to 2 pounds of vegetables a day if possible. Fruit is unlimited. Animal and seafood protein, a couple of servings a day of about 4 ounces. Some nuts you can eat, and you can have a very small amount of certain fats. But in fact, they recommend no dairy. Eggs are okay, etc., etc. Anyway, so I gave it a go, and a couple of pounds dropped off in the first couple of weeks, which I quite liked. And I have noticed that ever since, my weight is just gradually, very gradually, edging downwards. I'm a daily weigher. I always have been a daily weigher. It doesn't worry me if my weight goes up 2 pounds. I don't get paranoid about it. If it goes down 2 pounds, then hey, that's good. But it's when it goes down and stays down that I can then really sort of celebrate about it. So scales, they're not my enemy. I suppose they never really have been on this journey. So anyway, so that's how I am now living. I do eat a small amount of dairy. I eat sort of a very small amount of yoghurt. Occasionally I have milk, but I tend to replace a lot of the milk with almond milk. I'm lucky in that I've never, or for as long as I can remember, I've always drunk black coffee, which is what I've got here now. I stopped putting any sweeteners in it, etc. That was hard. But it's after reading the book, and he goes into quite a bit of detail about artificial preservatives and man-made chemicals, etc. And I thought, I drink very, very weak black coffee. I mean, it really is weak. I mean, most of you would hate it. But that's how I've always drunk it. But I do drink probably 20 cups a day. And I suddenly thought, I'm having 20 sweeteners minimum a day. Excuse me. So it's taken me 5 or 6 weeks to actually now say I prefer it without sweetener. So yes, it was hard, but it was worth the effort, and I think I actually feel better for it. Oh, and yes, I'm, as I say, I'm gradually losing weight. I've now lost 5 pounds, and I've even been out to Wetherspoons and had a mixed grill, chips in amongst that as well. So I eat extremely well, and I'm never hungry because I can always have something. And my secret really is having plenty of stuff that I can pick at, etc. So anyway, that's my update. All food. Hope I haven't bored you too much. Okay, folks. Speak to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye all.